President Cyril Ramaphosa today is visiting two Gauteng vaccination sites to assess progress in vaccination programs. The president's visit seeks to motivate South Africans to embrace vaccination in the fight against COVID-19. The sites the president is visiting are public health facilities in Tembisa and a private public partnership center in Midrand. Samkele Maseko is with the president in Tembisa, while Chriselda is also on standby at the Gallagher Estate in Midrand. Let's start first with Samkele. Samkele, very good morning to you. Give us a sense of occasion, what's happening where you are.
At this point in time, the president has not yet arrived here at the Rabasutu Community Center in Tembisa, where he's going to look over this vaccination site here in Midrand. As I walk across just to see some of those residents of Tembisa whom are lined up to receive their jabs. We also have the SABC's senior political reporter Ntebu Mukobe, who's sitting on the queue. He's also going to be receiving his jab this morning, seizing the opportunity of working and also getting his vaccination this morning. As you can see, other residents of this particular community who have gathered here to receive their COVID-19 vaccine. I'm just going to come to this particular gentleman here. Baba ngicela nje uzintroduce igama nesibongo nanokuthi uzizwa kanjani uzothola i-vaccine ye-COVID-19 namhlanje.
No, ke thabile haholo ke nna Lawrence Mokomele. Ke thabile haholo ke tlo kry-a vaccine e tla nthusa in future for this COVID thing.
Mawucabanga bazokunika yiphi i-vaccine? Bazokunika i-Johnson & Johnson noma i-Pfizer?
I'm not sure, but I prefer a J&J for once. One jab for like a sharp.
Thank you very much, sir. This particular gentleman is going to be receiving his jab this morning. He prefers Johnson & Johnson, which is one jab, as opposed to Pfizer getting two jabs, one today and one at a later date. Mama, just introduce yourself, the main thrust of why you are here to receive this COVID-19 vaccine. Are you excited to be receiving a vaccine where the president will be coming to check this vaccination site?
Ngimandi saqede ndithukile at the same time ndiyavuya kuba ndiyazazi bani zabe ndikhuselekile ndinalo iqhalanyana kodwa as long as zabe ndikhuselekile ndincedisana nokuthi nam ndibambe iqhaze kukhuseleni ukuthi iCovid ingaspread.
Siyabonga kakhulu mama. This is one of the community members who will be receiving their COVID vaccines here at the Rabasutu Community Center. I'm just going to ask my colleague, Bab Japani, just to come with me as well and show you the visuals of those who are being screened on the site who will be receiving their COVID-19 vaccines. They will be screened. They are being screened here first, and then from here, they then move to the queues where people are sitting who are already receiving their vaccinations today. As you can see, they're being screened, they are being registered as well into the site of the Department of Health and the fight against COVID-19. As just you are seeing the visuals coming in now on my left, there is one of the ministers who has come in here at this particular vaccination site. As you can see, the minister will be coming out of this particular vehicle here. One would assume that that may be the acting Minister of Health. That would be Mamuloko Kubai Ngubane as she comes out of this particular vehicle. As you can see, that's the minister. I'm just going to quickly doorstep her. Minister, you've ramped up this COVID-19 vaccination in South Africa. How are you feeling knowing that over 7 million South Africans have been vaccinated thus far?
Look, it's a quite milestone, but we still have to push. It's not yet there. My target set by the president, but 300 per day. So as long as I've not reached it, it's not yet what he wants. But we are excited that he's visiting the sites as part of him monitoring the work that we are doing on vaccinations. And we hope South Africans will heed the call. I'm doing my job today, this afternoon in Sun City with the tourism family.
Thank you very much. But also, Minister, how is it like juggling two posts, a demanding tourism sector, which has been ravaged by COVID-19 and South Africa's sluggish economy, and also a demanding job of acting Minister of Health during a pandemic where I haven't even received my jab as well. Well, I'm still underage, but I'm waiting to get my jab. As many South Africans, 54 million South Africans waiting to get those jabs. How is it?
It's quite hectic. I think it's long hours, but the teams have been working very well, making my life easy as well. So we are all working around the clock because we don't have time. We're racing against the time in terms of ensuring that all South Africans receive their jab. Like you are saying, you are waiting for yours. So we have to keep on. The tourism sector, lucky, we've been meeting with them, we've been engaging. Part of what we need to do in the tourism sector as well now, it's around the vaccine. If global communities see that we are vaccinating, they'll have confidence in coming to South Africa. So it's almost interlinked in what I'm doing.
South Africans have been praising your wonderful work in this acting post as acting Minister of Health. Are you available to take it full time?
That's the decision of the president.
If he calls upon, will you take it?
That's the decision of the president.
That's Minister Mamlogo Kupai Ngubane, who is the acting Minister of Health. She says she'll be receiving her jab with the tourism fraternity later on this afternoon, as she also is the Minister of Tourism in the Republic of South Africa. As I hand over to my colleague Chriselda Lewis, as we are still awaiting for the arrival of President Cyril Ramaphosa here at Rabasutu Community Centre vaccination site.
Well, thank you very much to my colleague Samkele Maseko. He is still awaiting the arrival of the president in Tembisa, but I'm in Midrand at the Gallagher Convention Centre. So the Discovery Mass Vaccination site where I am in conjunction with the Gallagher Convention Centre is the second stop of the president. So this vaccination site has been opened since the beginning of this month, and in total, on average, I understand that they administer about 2,200, between 2,200 and 2,500 vaccinations a day. But the site capacity, I understand, is about 4,000. To date, over 52,000 doses have been administered since the doors opened here. The Pfizer vaccine being administered to the general population, while Johnson & Johnson is currently reserved for educators and officials of the education department. It opens weekdays and weekends as well. So while the president visits these sites, you'd have heard my colleague Samkele Maseko refer to that the country has now surpassed the 7 million mark in terms of vaccinations. This as the country wraps up the vaccination process. Recall that the president had announced that those between the ages of 18 to 34 will also be vaccinated against COVID-19 from the 1st of September. So I guess this is an opportunity for the president to move to some of these vaccination sites to take a look at what the capacity is, what some of the challenges are, how the process itself is going. This public-private partnership, Desiree, is what you referred to a bit earlier on. Many different sectors of society trying to come together to make sure that South Africa's vaccination process kind of moves with speed. You would know that scientists had alluded to various areas. For example, Gauteng, where we are, has already passed, the peak of the third wave. But there are concerns in other areas, for example, like the Eastern Cape, who just the other day had entered, the third wave. The president, of course, being at these vaccination sites would give him an indication on the ground in terms of how the situation is going. So this is where he will stop after Tembisa.
Chriselda Lewis and Samkele Maseko, thank you so much for setting the scene for us. Of course, it's a story that we will continue to follow. We invited our viewers today